All right, I'm at my next one. This is I believe a 2018 Dodge Ram diesel 3500 truck. The issue at hand here is a couple things now, more, but the main thing we have here is this vehicle originally was brought to my attention for a brake pedal position switch problem. Now, it's just a regular switch, but it's a brake pedal position switch issue, meaning that we couldn't calibrate this. You have to calibrate it with the scan tool, and we couldn't do that. Now, under the dash, the wiring is destroyed. I tried my best the last time I saw this truck to fix it, and we could not. Now, I couldn't buy a connector anywhere, so I had to get one from a salvage yard, which I did. The other shop that it was at, they threw a switch in it, didn't fix it, they couldn't recalibrate it. We came out. I'll show you the connector once I get there, but the 5 volts that goes to this was cut completely, internal of the harness. It's because someone was poking through the wires and broke the wire. I had no 5 volts on my tip. Now, there was a couple of times that day I did get it to relearn, but I still couldn't clear the code that is in there for this switch. That begs another problem. This connector that is way down there with the yellow and orange and stuff wires hanging on it, that one there has a broken locking tab. So that connector just opens at times. I found that out the hard way because I went down to it. I knew it was broken when I went to it to look at it. And all of a sudden, I had no communication with my ABS control module anymore. I'm like, what in the shit is going on? Frustrated me for a while, and I was like, wait a minute. I touched that connector. I need to go back to it. The main thing is these wires go through that connector. So regardless, I got communication back because I went back to there. I threw some zip ties on it to pull it back together. It's working. So I'm hoping that we're going to have a good connection there, because when I took it apart, there was no corrosion. I didn't check pin fitment. I just saw that there was no corrosion on it. So our first things first is to get this rewired, make sure all of these colors are matched back in where they go. Other than that, I'm going to get under there and we're going to do this repair. I know that was a lot of information. Hopefully we can get this thing figured out and fixed. So I'm going to go get some tools, get up under this dash, and let's see what we can do. This was the connector. They had chewed it up all the way down to here. Just bad stuff. This is what happens when you pin through and shove stuff through the wires. It just destroys it. Now that blue color wire is me. I tried to add a little bit to it to help, but we just didn't have it. We couldn't get good connection. So we need a better pigtail and do it the right way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to find out which one of those is our 5 volts. Once I know which one is our 5 volts, we'll check for which one is our ground, and then we'll know exactly what to do with our wires. So I've got my multimeter sitting here. I'm going to use the DLC port real quick to just make sure I have a good ground on where I am, and I do. So there's 12 volts. So that way I can test on which one's 5 volts up here. I got to turn the key on though. All right. The key is on. We're going to test this one, and that one's 5 volts. We're going to test this one, nothing. This one, nothing. So this one on the left, up here, I'm hoping you can see it, there's 5 volts. So that's the one all the way to the left. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my positive lead on this. And then this should tell me when I touch my ground, which one of these should be ground. So the one in the middle is my ground. So let's see if I can show you. If I can get in here. So this one here, there's 5 volts. If I touch the other one, it's nothing. So we know our wires. We know what we have to do. Now, I just need to get the wiring harness this wired in correctly. So I'm going to just go double check on which pin is supposed to be what. And once I know which pin is supposed to be what, I'm going to wire it in, plug this in, and see if we can do the proper pedal travel relearn at that point. All right, we're all wired up. Everything's ready to go in there. Let me show it to you real fast. Ooh. So there's your 3 wires up there, nicely done, into the new Chrysler switch. And there's your wires right there. You can see them all done. So we did confirm that they were all in the right spot. So, all right, we are going to do just straight key on, not anything else. We're going to go into our anti-lock brake system, functional tests, not in functional tests, miscellaneous functions. We're going to brake pedal calibration. This feature will calibrate the brake sensor. Do not press the brake pedal. Okay. Oh, look, it passed. That's a plus. Okay, so let's go back out. Let's actually go to our code menu, because it's either going to set the code or it's not. Brake pedal missing calibration, active and stored. So either we have a problem still, but our brakes, can you tell me if the brake lights will work, babe? Yeah. Ready? They're on. Are they off? On? Off. Okay. So brake pedal works, or brake lights work. It tells me in here released, and I'm gonna press it right now, and then pressed, and then released. So, all right, you missed a ton of footage because the camera got turned off, and I'm not gonna repeat all that, but nothing else happened. I was trying to initialize the ECU in the ABS. It's just the ESP sensor initialization. It says it's unable to complete. It may not have that because this is a tradesman. It is the lowest version of the truck, so it doesn't have a lot of those extra features, but maybe, I don't know. Right now, what I need to do is I need to pull up my wiring diagrams because we're still setting the code for brake pedal travel, or the calibration is missing. So I don't know why the ABS module will tell it that its calibration passes and then it's not getting it. No, but I do have our brake pedal travel sensor feed on pin 29. Brake pedal travel sensor return on pin 14, and the pedal travel sensor signal on pin 11. So that's where we need to go look right now, only because, like I said, I know that we have a problem with that connector. So I got to go dig it out and see if I can get some access to it and look at this thing. So we've got, I don't remember the colors. I remember the colors, but I don't remember the pin numbers. Let me go grab that. All right, so let's get this. We're just gonna hook this up to ground. What color was that? Number 8. And that the numbers aren't, or the colors aren't matching up. So I might be wrong on which connector this is. Yeah, I understand. I don't want to test it. I'm just looking for a reference on where I am, baby, because I can't see anything. I mean, that's 8, 9, 10, 11. You said, but I mean, it is green and brown. Which what pin is 11? What does it call it? Signal. So that's what's coming back to the PCM. Okay, I've got nothing on it. So that was 11, and then what was the other one, babe? 14. So 11, 12, 13, 14, and what's 14? No, return. So technically that's ground, but I've got 5 volts on it. I got 3.5 volts of battery voltage. So there's no ground on that line. What'd you say is a return, right? So when I hook up the sensor, I have no ground on this line. Let me unplug the sensor. Okay, that goes away. I've got no ground on that line, and I should, because I did before. the return, because that should be a ground, and that's why we're hooked up to positive. Okay, hang on, I gotta try to see the other side of this connector. So from the second row, it's the 1, 2, 3 back. Can't really. Ah. Why did I lose ground? So I don't have ground there or here. But this side should be the ground coming in from the module going to the sensor. Just because I think it doesn't mean I'm right. I'm losing my ground coming from the brake module. I got to get access to that brake module. All right, so here's my ABS module right here. I don't know if I'll be able to show you guys much of this, but I'll point the camera up. If you see something, like during editing, I'll show it to you, but I really can't. Like, it's not much you're gonna notice, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna tear that off. I'm gonna back pin into that terminal and find out where my ground's getting lost, because something's going on. I had it earlier when I was under the dash, and now I don't have it, so something is definitely got a bad connection somewhere. Okay, I found the issue. You'll have to bear with me though, because this is the second time I'm filming this, because the first time I moved the camera to slow motion and that footage is no good. If I have a still of it, I'll show it to you, but the ABS module's dead. And the reason I say that is right here, I'm gonna pull the microphone off of me and put that on there so you can hear me. But right here on the connector, do you see that burn spot right there? There was a pin sticking in it when I unplugged the ABS module. So right up in there, you can kind of, I can't see it where I'm looking because I'm way too blind, even though I got my readers on. But on that second down row, you can kind of see right in the center of the screen, there's a pin missing. Right there. There's a pin, there's 1 or 2 pins missing. I only care about the one because that one is that green and brown wire, which is our ground line. That's the pin 23 for our ground that we ended up losing halfway through. Get my microphone back real quick. So when I was under the dash testing this the other day at the other shop and here, you saw it earlier. We had ground when it wasn't hooked up. But because that pin that the other guy had, this one, when he jacked this up and screwed it up. So 2 things happened on this connector. So originally, because he had shoved a test light through the insulation and pierced the wire, he broke the connection. So I didn't have 5 volts going to this. So I was able to get ground to it. So today, so if I didn't have 5 volts going to it, it's not going to feed the 5 volts back through the sensor and overtake that poor ground, because that's what it does. It'll overtake a poor ground because it's not really a ground. It busts loose and the 5 volts, not much of a load here. So we really have no ground whatsoever. So now when I tested the wires today and I fixed the wires today and plugged it in, and then was tested when we had it says calibration, not sure why it would say calibration, but it said calibration was good. The problem we have is that we were losing the ground halfway through. So testing at that terminal block, which I assumed had a problem because, like we told you before, the connectors on this thing are jacked, because someone here at this farm was poking around in the back of the vehicle and screwed up some stuff there. He says, I don't know if anything's messed up back there, but this connector here with this tie wire now, because this is broke, this does not latch onto this side. The little nubs that go in here are sheared off. The ears that go there, they're broken off. So with that being said, that's my theory of why I didn't find it the first time. We found it now, which is awesome. But the first time, again, I only told them we needed that connector because someone fucking butchered it and I'm not going to move forward. I wasn't going to waste my time diagnosing for hours on end. All in all, this thing, we need to start off with an ABS module regardless, and then we can take the next steps and move forward. So I'm going to take some pictures so I can show the customer, take some pictures of the module numbers, and see if we can get one. I think these are on back order as well, so we'll probably have to get one used, and then we'll reprogram it and send it on down the road if everything's fixed at that point. So either you'll see this now and that'll be it, or I'll bring you back for the repair later on in time. So this is where we're at. I'm in here, so you're not going to see me do this. I'm just going to get this installed, and then I'll bring you back for the programming side of it. Okay, well, we got our module in, but we have a little buddy. Hi, little guy. What are you doing? You're YouTube famous. Look at you. With my 100 views that I get per video. Oh, that's a little guy. What are you doing? Okay. Okay, psycho. We saw him here last visit, and he had a stick, and his owner had the stick in her hand, and he would jump and grab the stick and just hang in midair. Okay, we're in the truck. Everything's installed. Key is on. I am going to do the initialization of the ECU. I don't think I actually have to relearn a VIN on this one, but I could be wrong. But first, we're going to do this. And the reason why I'm telling you guys that is because I did some poking before I turned the camera back on, because I wanted to know if I had to get my laptop out. But this is what we're doing. It's actually right here, initialize ECU, and hit continue. ESP sensor complete. Make sure for the G sensor, that's complete. Turn the key off, key on. Clearing rolls information. Engine must not be running. Okay. Okay, that passed. Oh, that's it. Okay, let's redo our brake pedal calibration, because that was our main issue before. Do not press the brake pedal. Okay, that passed. Huh. So I went into this before, and it didn't show me a VIN number. So I don't think that this module actually needs to have the VIN number installed into it in order for it to work. Key off. Okay, we're up and running. No traction control lights, no ABS lights. It says perform service. I don't know what that service means. Okay, well, we're done. I didn't get to show you much because I was talking with the customer, but there he goes right there driving away. So definitely have come to the conclusion we do not have to go into YTech to program anything on these modules at all. There's no VIN number to be added in. Now, if someone out there knows something that I'm missing, let me know. But I'm glad I didn't have to use YTech. I do need to mention that. I was talking to Check Engine Chuck, if any of you know him. Great diagnostic person, and he's doing some really cool things with cloning modules. So go check him out on TikTok if you haven't, because he's doing really cool stuff. So I was talking to him about it, and he was forewarning me about YTech. So I'm glad I didn't have to use it. But other than that, this job is done. I appreciate you. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.